Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
WWE Survivor Series, War Games is officially in the books, but fans are still reeling from the closing moments of the show. After suffering a devastating loss, Roman Reigns ended his temporary alliance with fellow stablemate Team CM Punk and Team Vision brought pandemonium to the main event in San Diego last night. The Best in the World and his men nearly won the match after he dropped Logan Paul with "Go to Sleep." But things took an unexpected turn after a mysterious hooded figure entered the cage and nailed Punk with a curb stomp. Braun Breaker seized the opportunity and split the straight-edge superstar in half with a spear to pick up the win for his team. The babyface side didn't seem to be on the same page, as Cody Rhodes accidentally took out CM Punk with an elbow midway through the match. After the match, Roman Reigns helped CM Punk get back to his feet as a show of respect. As he tried to offer his hand to Cody Rhodes, the latter got up on his own. The two men stared daggers at each other, with the undisputed WWE Champion mumbling in anger. Before the OTC left the ring, he told the American Nightmare that this was the last time they ever teamed up. What's next for Roman Reigns after WWE Survivor Series, War Games? Roman Reigns may have made peace with CM Punk, but the same cannot be said for Cody Rhodes. After a heated face-off between the two men, it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that the original Tribal Chief would be going after the undisputed WWE Championship. A WrestleMania trilogy has been brewing between the two rivals since last year. As for CM Punk, he has a target on his back, and his name is Braun Breaker. The Vision member could be in line for a title shot after scoring a pinfall victory over the Best in the World. WWE left fans with more questions than answers, the biggest being, who is the Mystery Man? Is he a new member of the Vision? Fans must tune in next Monday to find out all the answers. Survivor Series had always been a night defined by alliances, betrayals, and unforgettable rivalries, but this year carried an electricity that felt different. The Chicago crowd was deafening, not just because of the matches on the card, but because the entire WWE universe sensed that something monumental was about to happen. The Bloodline story had evolved for years, but tonight, another chapter was set to close, one that no one expected would end this sharply. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, walked into the building with the confidence of a man who had conquered nearly every opponent, every obstacle, every doubt thrown at him. Yet even he carried something heavier tonight: disappointment. Survivor Series wasn't just about winning anymore. It was about cleaning up the chaos surrounding him. One star in particular had been testing his patience, pushing loyalty to the breaking point. And after tonight, Roman Reigns would make a declaration that stunned the wrestling world. He was done teaming with this WWE star forever. The tension behind the scenes. The trouble had started long before Survivor Series. What fans saw on television were quick arguments, subtle disagreements, and strange looks exchanged during tag matches. But backstage, the frustration ran deeper. The WWE star, whose identity had become a topic of heavy speculation, had struggled to stay in sync with Roman. Their styles were mismatched. Their motivations weren't aligned. Roman felt that every time he stepped into the ring with him, the risk outweighed the reward. Whispers circulated all week. Roman's fed up. They're not communicating at all. This might be their last match together. Even Paul Heyman couldn't smooth the tension. Not this time. The Tribal Chief wasn't just frustrated, he felt betrayed. Survivor Series was about dominance and unity. Instead, he was stuck with a partner who jeopardized everything he'd built. The match that broke everything. Their match was chaotic from the moment the bell rang. The opposition was stacked: powerhouses, veterans, and rising stars, but Roman usually thrived under pressure. Tonight, though, something felt off. The WWE star made the first mistake only minutes into the match. He tagged himself in without Roman's signal, a violation of the unspoken code the Bloodline operated under. Roman glared, jaw clenched, standing on the apron with a look that could cut steel. Moments later, the second mistake came, an attempted high-risk move that connected with the wrong target. Roman Reigns himself. The crowd erupted in shock. Commentators were speechless. Roman was furious. The timing spiraled from bad to worse. Miscommunication after miscommunication. An attempted spear that missed. A blind tag at the worst possible moment. Their opponents gained the upper hand because the team was falling apart from within. And then, the moment that ended everything. Roman reached out for a tag. A simple, desperate tag. The WWE star hesitated. He looked at Roman, tired, frustrated, wounded, and paused. That pause sealed his fate. Their opponents dragged Roman away and hit a devastating combination that left the tribal chief down long enough to be pinned. The Chicago crowd gasped. Roman Reigns had suffered a rare loss, and not because he was overmatched, but because his partner froze when it mattered most. The bell rang, and the arena fell into a stunned silence. Roman sat on the mat, staring at his partner with a mixture of exhaustion and betrayal. The WWE star approached cautiously, offering a hand. Roman refused it. He stood without help and walked past him, shaking his head the entire way up the ramp. The fallout: "We're done." Backstage cameras captured the confrontation, footage that would air on Raw and SmackDown for weeks. The WWE star tried to explain. Roman didn't want to hear it. "You hesitated," Roman said, his voice low but lethal. "You cost me this match. You cost me respect. You cost us everything." The star tried again. "It was a mistake. I froze. Roman cut him off. "You froze because you weren't ready to stand beside me. And if you're not ready to stand beside me, you're not standing with me at all." Paul Heyman stood behind Roman, silent, his eyes shifting nervously between the two. Everyone knew it was coming, but hearing it out loud still felt like a punch to the chest. Roman stared deeply into the star's eyes, delivering the final blow. "We're done. I will never team with you again." And with that, Roman turned and walked away. The WWE star remained frozen, stunned and heartbroken, knowing he had just destroyed the last thread of trust he had with the tribal chief. The WWE Universe reacts in shock. Social media exploded instantly. #Roman Reigns. #Survivor Series Fallout. #End of the Alliance. Fans couldn't believe it. Some blamed Roman for being too controlling. Others blamed the star for making repeated mistakes. Many simply mourned the end of a partnership that had once shown so much promise. WWE commentators returned to the subject over and over on weekly television. It was the top headline across all wrestling platforms. Roman Reigns didn't break bonds easily, but once he did, they were never repaired. Roman's next move: a new era of ruthlessness. The tribal chief appeared the following Friday, stepping into the ring with stormy eyes and a chilling calm. The WWE Universe waited for answers. Roman didn't hold back. "I gave him opportunities. I carried him. I told him what it meant to be in the ring with me. But when the moment came, he hesitated. And where I come from, hesitation is weakness." The crowd listened in silence as Roman continued. "He will never stand beside me again. He will never carry my flag. He will never be part of my future. From this day forward, he is on his own." For Roman, this wasn't just a personal decision. It was a statement. A warning. A declaration that the tribal chief didn't tolerate doubt or fear, not from his enemies, and certainly not from his allies. The WWE star's response: regret, anger, and a new path. The WWE star eventually addressed the situation, visibly emotional. "I messed up," he admitted. "I made mistakes. But I never meant to disrespect Roman. I never meant for it to end like this." But he didn't stop there. "Maybe I relied on him too much. Maybe it's time I prove who I am without him." His tone shifted from regret to determination. And that shift sparked something new, a rivalry that fans are now desperate to see unfold. The end of a team, and the beginning of a war. Roman Reigns walking away wasn't just the end of a partnership. It was the beginning of a new conflict, one fueled by guilt, bitterness, and lingering ambition. The WWE star is now fighting for redemption. Roman Reigns is fighting to protect his legacy. And the WWE Universe is waiting, eagerly, for the next chapter to explode. Survivor Series didn't just break a team. It ignited a feud that could define WWE for years to come.